Okay, so the next question I'm going to ask is, why did you pick up the class that you ended up picking up?
To eat.
Makes sense.
No one feeds a tiefling slave. I always want to say tiefling because that's how I pronounced them for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody feeds a tiefling slave. They just want me to starve to death. So if I wanted to eat, I had to steal it. If I wanted clothes, I had to steal it. Well, pretty much anything, I had to steal it.
What was the question?
Why did you end up deciding on becoming the class that you are right now?
It was mostly by mistake, honestly, because originally we thought he was training to be a wizard, and it turned out that he was actually an arcanist, and so I'm not sure if he knows like that he's like an arcanist, or if he just thinks that, well, he's kind of like, he thinks he's a wizard, but he's a little different than any wizard he's known. I'm not really sure.
Extra badass.
He's extra glittery. I'm not. Yeah. So basically, he started as a wizard, and then something was different. It was just the way that the magic worked. And I think mostly it wasn't even himself that noticed the changes. It was his mentor, and over time he just started pointing it out to Leaf, and Leaf ended up understanding. Oh, I'm a little different than a wizard, I guess.
I added something on because I'm thinking, no, for Jekko.
Okay.
I'm saying that he wasn't so much sent to that cloister as his parents only needed a little bit of convincing, and then somebody came to convince them. And he was kind of just scouting for people to become a part of their monastery, and basically they were like, yeah, go ahead and do that. Because they didn't need much convincing at all.
Recruited forcibly. Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
He's the monk that hates being a monk. Oh god.
Yeah, kind of.
That could be messy later.
Yeah, and I'm putting that he was just brought up in the ways of the monastery that he was kind of forced into. But he was kind of stuck in solitary confinement so long that every time they gave him like a little bit more freedom, but so much less freedom than everybody else in the world had, that even that little bit of freedom felt like awesome.
About how much longer do we have? I'm starting to get hungry.
Probably not very long.
Okay.
If you guys wanted to, we could stop here and then just pick it up next time.
Well, I'd kind of like to. How much longer do we really need to go? Because I'd like to finish if we could, so we can just right into the game next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, just we'll finish that up and then. How did our characters meet?
Oh.
Because that's important.
Beats me.
We met in a tavern.
Uh-huh. Well, we
it's kind of cliche, but it does work.
We all kind of were from different places and ended up in Absalom.
Yeah.
They do have random tables that we could roll on to see how... Because I'm... The tavern's not doing it for me right now.
Yeah.
Because
sure. That is really cliche. So if we could find something more interesting than that,
And there would just be no reason for, like, our characters to actually
Anyone
interact.
can talk to anybody else.
Well,
Yeah.
where are we starting at? That would that help me out.
Probably Absalom is what I'd vote for, because Absalom sounds amazing. But we could start off in like a port city or something, like not in Absalom proper, or like on a shore somewhere else. That'd be fine too.
Okay.
Just right around here somewhere.
Okay. Let me get random.org right up.
Yeah. Get some random relations. Actually, I think that table's on that website. Let me see here. Relationships. I don't know if that's random or not. Let me see here. Oh no, that's something else.
I rolled former inmates between Jekko and your character.
Which in?
Say that again.
Which character?
Tiefling.
Ah, Soren. All right, cool.
So, how do you think that would work out?
Well, tieflings go to jail all the time, so I could see me being in there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it wasn't so much of a monastery as it was
Yeah,
Just
actually
kind of
in
like
prison.
this group of people in this prison that are trying to get out by perfecting themselves. Okay.
That could be.
Because I've
We
run
broke out of jail together.
I've run too many characters that learn their stuff in monasteries. So it would be
He learned his
interesting
stuff in a
that
prison.
the monastery was actually in a prison,
Yeah,
which makes sense with solitary confinement.
that works. We broke out of prison together.
The monastery was a prison. I'm writing that.
Actually, what prison did we break out of? Because it'd be kind of tishy to break out of a prison in Absalom. Or Enderan, for that matter.
It would be probably... Well, you were saying the slave pits, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I was a slave in Absalom, though, because I
Oh, yeah.
rescued by the Enderan people. So I was thinking slave in Cheliax, but I could be a slave somewhere else, too. Let's see. Let's see what else is in that area. Basically anything. Well, actually, since they have that faction, I could basically have been rescued by them from anywhere, couldn't I?
Mm-hmm. Or maybe you got, you liberated Diabry's character from prison.
That could be. Helped him break out.
I do like that.
Yeah, working with the Liberty's Edge. All right, yeah. I helped bust him out.
And how do you spell your character's name?
Sorin.
Okay.
Yeah, the exact same as the Planeswalker. Like I said, blatant ripoff.
Right. Okay, so that's what we rolled. Now I think I'm going to roll between both of your characters.
How do we know each other?
Okay, I rolled a 4.
Both
And-
punched trees excessively. I'm just kidding.
You are either
I don't
family
punch, I
or
have claws.
you are either family or close as family. Close friends, close/distant relatives, or relatives by marriage/adoption.
Family be tricky.
Yeah, that's
So my
We might
parent was a
re-roll that one.
glitter demon.
it does say family or close as family.
Yeah? Brother! Slightly Metro brother.
It happens. Just kidding.
I don't know. Let's see. Closest family. Lord, I don't know. How would that have happened?
I don't really know. See, the only thing the closest family thing that kind of doesn't really help me that much. I think it's like we'd already have to have an experience together to be close to family, and I can't really think of an experience that we'd have had together. Because you're like a
Former
outlaw,
slave freedom fighter, yeah.
slave freedom fighter, freaking what's the word? Martin Luther King.
Nowhere near so well spoken or nice.
Rosa Parks. Then I'm just kidding.
Shit. Somebody try to knock me off the front of the bus, I'll cut him.
Rosa Parks. Yeah, and I'm like a hermit. Leave me alone. I'm in the woods. Glitter guy. That's like all. That's all I do. But I don't know. You said you were interested in sorcery at some point.
Yeah, that'd probably be next level. I was thinking like maybe like exposure to magic would awaken like inherent magic in my blood or something. Because my blood's pretty obviously otherworldly, so I figured that would make sense.
Well, okay. Let me think. So, I would generally not live in the town of Absalom, being cast out. I would live in like probably some corner forest or something on the outskirts of town.
I have an idea.
Tell me.
All right.
What if you two just sort of met each other randomly, but the second like your eyes locked, there was like something really, really off? Like you were both like instantly familiar with each other, and you both got like really intense deja vu.
Oh
God. And then he hit me with glitter.
And his crow started yelling at me in Abyssal. And
yeah, sort of like a vision of the future or something, like just like a calling from the gods to know each other.
Something like that.
I think what if it was like a deja vu of the past though, where like we may have known each other on like a past or like some kind of reality that may have happened, and it's almost like a foreshadowing of things to come.
Trippy. I like it.
Like what if it's like there was some key moment where we need each other, and that was kind of the idea that we had when we met each other.
All right. It's the feeling of I'm going to need you at some point. That's a good basis for a friendship.
You
It might come
useful.
in handy.
Yeah.
That could work.
Huh.
Because then it's something a little bit more than like, oh, we're hunting companions.
Well, what's Soren's personality like?
You watch Star Wars?
Yeah.
Kind of Han Solo.
Han Solo. That's literally how, in the campaign I'm running, that's how one of my characters described his character. He's like, yeah, Han Solo.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. All right.
Because that's sort of where I got my example for chaotic good, you know. When the chips are down, I'm going to help out, but I'll still shoot first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of mercenary, but generally a good guy.
Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes. Fantastic movie.
Okay, so Leaf would be like Groot if Groot was smart instead of strong.
Okay.
That's kind of like how Leaf is.
Huh.
So he says more things than I'm Groot, but he doesn't say them often. He's generally nice, but he doesn't like to talk a lot. He generally likes to be... He likes to make people think he's mysterious.
Does that make me the raccoon?
I have no idea.
Cool. I can be the raccoon. That's pretty close. Yeah, I call him chaotic good. Really likes blowing shit up. I can work with that.
Occasionally I come into town and I like to do like little magic shows for the kids.
And then we get fire wine and get really drunk.
Woo!
There you go. We're drinking buddies. That's it.
Not,
Yeah.
not with the kids,
I
though.
approve.
Not with the kids.
Not with the
though.
kids. Not with the kids.
All right, kids, go home.
You're gonna get plastered.
That's so
Yeah,
weird.
I'd say that.